On January 1st, 2018, a man who had been wiring sockets for a living 12 months earlier walked onto the biggest stage in darts and destroyed the greatest player who ever lived, 7-2, in Phil Taylor's last ever match. On the night, the entire sport had been scripted as Taylor's perfect farewell. A former electrician ripped up the script and took the trophy home. That's not supposed to happen, but in darts it does. Over and over again. In most sports, the best team or the best player wins most of the time. That's why they're the best. But darts is different. Darts produces upsets at a rate that no other major sport can match.
One of the greatest upset wins in the history of the World Darts Championship.
And there are specific reasons why. This isn't luck. This is structural. January 3rd, 2024, the World Championship Final. Luke Humphries versus Luke Littler, and Littler is 16 years old. He wasn't supposed to be here. He started the tournament ranked 164th in the world. He was a 66-1 outsider. He'd never played on this stage before. And yet, set by set, he dismantled former world champions Raymond van Barneveld and Rob Cross on his way to the final. By the time he stood on that stage against Humphries, the whole world was watching, not just darts fans. Celebrities were tweeting about it. Mainstream news was covering it. 3.7 million people tuned in for darts, and Littler was winning. He led 4-2. One more set and he'd be 5-2 up in a race to 7. At 16 years old. He later said to his family, "If I'm 5-2 up, I'm pretty much the world champion." Then came the dart that changed everything. Double 2 for a 5-2 lead. His dart landed just outside the wire. He missed. Humphries stole the set and then won the next 4 to take the title 7-4. A 16-year-old, ranked 164th, came within one dart of effectively winning the world championship. That doesn't happen in tennis, or golf, or football. It happens in darts. And here's why. The first reason upsets happen so often in darts: the format. In the early rounds of the World Championship, matches are best of 5 sets. That's short, really short. A hot 20-minute stretch from an underdog can end a top seed's entire tournament. In tennis, if a qualifier wins the first set against Djokovic, there are still 4 more sets for Djokovic to recover. In football, if a lower league team scores first, there are still 80 minutes left. But in darts, if you lose 3 sets in a best of 5, you're going home. Doesn't matter if you're the world number 1. This is by design. The PDC keeps early rounds short because it creates drama, but it also creates upsets. And the players know it. Every top seed walks into the first round knowing that one bad hour can end their world championship. Kirk Shepard proved this in 2008. A 21-year-old qualifier with no ranking, no reputation, and no pressure. He beat one opponent after another, all the way to the World Championship final. The final, a qualifier, in his first World Championship. He lost to John Part in the end, but getting there at all was one of the most improbable runs the sport had ever seen. Shepard didn't have to sustain brilliance over 5 sets or a 7-set marathon. In the early rounds, he just had to win 3 sets. That's all it takes in darts for an upset. 3 sets, 20 minutes, and the favorite goes home. The second reason is something unique to darts: the mental game. In most sports, physicality provides a buffer. Even if a tennis player is mentally struggling, their serve speed doesn't suddenly drop by 50%. A footballer having a bad day can still run, still tackle, still pass. The physical skill doesn't vanish because of nerves. But darts is almost entirely mental. Your arm doesn't get tired, your legs aren't burning. The only thing between you and a perfect dart is what's happening between your ears. And when pressure hits, the margin between hitting double 16 and missing the board entirely is millimeters. This is what happened to Littler in that final. He was physically capable of hitting double 2. He'd hit harder shots all tournament. But in that moment, with the weight of the world on one dart, his hand did something slightly different. Millimeters. That's all it took. And it works the other way too. An underdog with nothing to lose is the most dangerous opponent in darts. No expectations, no ranking to protect, no fear. They walk up to the Aki loose and free, while the favorite is carrying the pressure of being the one who's supposed to win. That mental asymmetry is why darts produces more upsets than almost any other sport. The underdog's advantage isn't physical, it's psychological. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. I cover the biggest stories in darts every week, and trust me, this sport never runs out of surprises. The third reason is something that happened in 2018 and changed the sport forever. Rob Cross was an electrician, not metaphorically. He literally wired houses for a living. In January 2017, he was watching the World Championship final on TV at home. By January 2018, he was playing in it. Cross earned his tour card through Q School, the PDC's open qualifying system. Anyone can enter. You pay the entry fee, you play a series of matches over a few days, and if you're good enough, you earn the right to compete on the professional tour for 2 years. No connections needed, no years of climbing through a development system. Just win enough matches in 1 week and you're in. This system is designed to find talent fast, and it works. But it also means that every year new players enter the tour with nothing to lose and everything to prove. They're hungry. They've given up jobs, taken financial risks, and made it through the most pressurized qualifying event in darts. By the time they face a top seed at a major, they've already survived pressure that most established players never have to face. Cross didn't just win the World Championship in his first year. He beat Michael van Gerwen in the semifinal, surviving 6 match darts, and then demolished Phil Taylor 7-2 in the final. Taylor, the greatest player in history, in his last ever match, averaging 102 himself, and Cross averaged 107 and made it look easy. Taylor said afterward, "He was like me 25 years ago, relentless. He just doesn't stop putting you under pressure." 1 year, from electrician to world champion. The tour card system made it possible, and it keeps producing players who have no business being as dangerous as they are, as quickly as they are. And then there's the fourth reason, the one nobody talks about. Darts is the only major sport where the crowd can directly affect a player's performance in real time. In football, a hostile crowd creates atmosphere but doesn't change where the ball goes. In tennis, the crowd is quiet during points. But in darts, the crowd is screaming, chanting, singing, and moving while the player is throwing, and the player is standing 3 feet away from them. When the crowd is behind an underdog, the noise becomes a weapon. The favorite hears the entire room willing their opponent to win. Every time the underdog hits a 180, the place erupts. Every time the favorite misses a double, the silence is deafening. This is part of why Littler's run at the 2024 World Championship was so powerful. The entire Alexandra Palace crowd adopted him as their own. Every walk-on was pandemonium. Every 180 shook the building. His opponents weren't just facing a 16-year-old prodigy. They were facing a 16-year-old prodigy backed by 3,000 screaming fans who desperately wanted to witness history. That crowd energy doesn't just add atmosphere. It adds real, measurable pressure to the favorite. And in a sport where millimeters decide everything, that pressure matters. So when you put it all together, you get a sport that's engineered for chaos. Short formats in early rounds mean one bad session ends your tournament. The mental game means pressure can destroy anyone, regardless of ranking. The tour card system feeds hungry, fearless newcomers into the field every year, and the crowd can shift the momentum in real time. That's why an electrician can beat the greatest player ever. That's why a 16-year-old can come within 1 dart of the world title. That's why darts fans tune in every December knowing that anything can happen. Because in this sport, it genuinely can. No other sport combines all 4 of these factors the way darts does. And that's what makes it the most unpredictable major sport in the world. And that unpredictability? That's not a bug. That's the whole point. It's why the sport went from £3,000 prize money to £1 million in a single generation. Because when anyone can beat anyone, everyone watches. Now, if you want to see more impossible numbers from this sport, I broke down the 6 most unbreakable records in darts right here. Some of those numbers will genuinely break your brain. Check it out. And if you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do.